Is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. I've worked thousands of IRS cases. I worked there 10 long years. I'm an expert. I was the IRS, by the way. I don't practice at it. I don't learn it from other people. I don't read books. I was the IRS, so it's important that you understand what I'm saying, because there's so many people that tell you what they think is going on and what they think is going to happen. I actually know that. I've worked there for a decade, so I know that I know this. So let me just tell you how to settle your IRS tax debt. So with that said, by the way, I've been on national news many times. Go to my website at 777irs.com. You'll see all my national TV interviews there. So when you want to settle your tax debt with IRS, what you first have to realize is all your tax returns have got to be filed. That's number one. Number two, your estimate payments have to be made. If you're self-employed, IRS will not negotiate with you until those two things happen. So that is, your tax returns have to be filed, and number two, you have to have all estimate payments in, or all bets are off. If I was an agent, I'd shut you down. You must be compliant before IRS does anything whatsoever. The next step on settling your IRS tax debt is to know that the IRS has to have a base and how they want to settle, how they want to take care of debt. So they ask for a financial statement. There's a couple of financial statements IRS uses, a 433A and a 433F. 433F is used at the service center. If you get a 1-800 number, their revenue officer will use a 433A. With that, you have to understand that IRS is going to ask you to document that. Like what? Bank statements. They're going to want a copy of your pay stub to show income. They want to know what your financial statement is. Why? They have 3 closing methods that they use on every single case. They're either going to put you in currently non-collectible, which means right now they can't collect the tax. They will freeze your case and then bring it back maybe a couple years later, but penalties and interest run. The next thing that they will do is make a payment agreement. Most people wind up in a payment agreement, and I'll tell you why, or the offer and compromise where you can settle your tax debt. Now, that financial statement, the preparation of it, when you give it to them, is so important, and that's why, lovingly, you want to use a professional, because the crafting of that financial statement is everything on your case. Here is the big ticket item here. When you put your expenses on the financial statement, IRS isn't going to use even though you put them down, IRS has to use the National Standard Program. You're saying, what's that? Well, IRS has to judge everyone the same. So IRS has come up with what they call national standards. You want to look them up? Go ahead and Google IRS National Standards. They have them for at least 4 categories: food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments, and car expenses. So even though you put yours in, they're going to go ahead and boot those out. And that puts many people into a payment agreement. That's why you really got to be careful giving IRS that financial statement. So anyway, at the end of the day, IRS has 3 closing methods: payment agreement, currently non-collectible, or an offer and compromise. So if you're going to do this yourself, that's where you're going to wind up. You're going to wind up in one of those. Now, a professional can probably get you, I know I can get you a much better result. But anyway, that's up to you. So that's how you settle your IRS debt. If you need me, call me, give me a subscription. You can always email me or text me. I always give you the truthful information because I was a former IRS agent. Thank you so much.